Trendy Topics, first show, 2023. Snow, right?
Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. I'm feeling real blood right now. Feet up to my feet up. SWM. Or you could get beat up. Right. Boom, boom. Hold on, wait, we getting cake. Hold on, wait, let me run to the bank. All of my niggas is sliding, we it, you hiding. All of my niggas official, we shoot out the window, I shoot while I'm driving. Hold on, wait, we getting cake. Hold on, wait, let me run to the bank. All of my niggas is sliding, we it, you hiding. All of my niggas official, we shoot out the window, I shoot while I'm driving. Hold on, wait, most you rappers be fake. Hold on, wait, shout out my apes, shout out my blazers. Fuck the niggas who's fake. Shout out my haters that won't hate in my face. A lot of you rappers be broke, and a lot of you raps be capping. Whenever we see you, we laughing. Coat with the zipper, I'm bloody Mike Jackson. Gun shoot, but it's plastic. Shit's real, drastic. Niggas ain't ballin' for real, they acting a fool. Niggas be shacking. Downtown, I'm the boss. My little homie, he the captain. So what you saying? We be pistol playing, shooting shit up just for practice. Say something and something else. Fuck is that? Ad-lib? I'll be with the bros laughing. I don't take L's, I take action. Hold on, wait, we getting cake. Hold on, wait, let me run to the bank. All of my niggas is sliding, we it, you hiding. All of my niggas official, we shoot out the window, I shoot while I'm driving. Hold on, wait, we getting cake. Hold on, wait, let me run to the bank. All of my niggas is sliding, we it, you hiding. All of my niggas official, we shoot out the window, I shoot while I'm driving. Run it up. Niggas get jumped like it's double dutch. Gotta get paid, so I'm coming up. In the club, throwing these hundreds up. Niggas talking cause they're lame. My brothers keep it, we share pain. Niggas get high like airplanes. Fuck nigga, it's fair game. If you don't know, then you niggas should hide. You niggas should die, put that on the 5. Niggas is live, niggas is shy. This shit is lit, cause this shit is fire. Moving to work like a boss. Soon I'll be pushing the Porsche. I swear that these niggas is lost. Nigga, I gave you the sauce. Bro. Downtown, I'm the boss. My little homie, he the captain. So what you saying? We be pistol playing, shooting shit up just for practice. Say something and something else. Fuck is that? Ad-lib? I'll be with the bros laughing. I don't take L's, I take action. Hold on, wait, we getting cake.
Okay, enough of that.
Don't talk to him.
It's 2023, y'all. We started out the new year. This first episode, not first episode, but I just wanted to come on here and just basically give some kind of content. So I decided to come on here and just review a video on YouTube about rappers that share the same baby mom and the rappers that have the most baby mothers. So if you guys can rock with me, watch it with me, pay attention, comment, whatever you like to do, that'll be all right. But we just gonna be sitting here watching what's going on. Let's pull them up on the screen.
I'm Nick Nimmin, and I'm a StreamYard user. For the last 6 years, I've been live streaming consistently to YouTube and Facebook and everywhere.
Making it in the rap game means you have way more options in the dating game. But somehow, rappers still end up with the same baby mamas. And today, we're breaking down the biggest and most surprising artists who had kids with the same woman. Let's get right into it. Future's one of the biggest rappers in the industry, but he's just as famous for his personal life as he is for his music. He tries to stay low-key when it comes to relationships, but it's hard to keep your private life low-key when you have 8 kids with 8 different women. Back in 2018, Future hooked up with a dancer and model.
That's crazy, I ain't gonna lie to you.
They had a son with her named Hendrix. Future having another kid wasn't surprising to anyone, but fans were shocked when they found out who Chavez's other baby daddy was. It turns out that Bow Wow and Chavez were together in the early 2010s, and they had a baby in 2011. They broke up in 2013, and raising their daughter together
Bow Wow and
wasn't
Future
easy
share
at
the
first.
same likings, y'all.
Chavez
Pay
actually had
attention.
to sue Bow Wow for child support, but luckily, they worked on the situation, and last year, Bow Wow had an interview with Jason Lee and said, "That's my dog for life, and she knows I'll do anything for her. That's my homie." Bow Wow has been tight with Diddy since he was a teenager. And he says Puff is the one who taught him how to grow up and have a good relationship with Chavez, even though they're not together. Bow Wow and Chavez managed to work it out, but it's a totally different situation when it comes to Future. By the time Chavez was about to have their son, Future had already moved on with another woman. Then he made a wild, toxic move when he brought his new girl to Hendrix's baby shower. Last year, the situation started to get messy after Chavez was spotted kissing Diddy on his yacht.
Future plays no games, y'all. And Diddy is everywhere. What's the matter with him?
In Italy, Bow Wow said he wanted to kill his homie at first, but then chopped it up with Diddy on FaceTime and everything was cool. When the paparazzi asked Bow Wow about the situation, he said he wasn't pressed at all and that he wasn't expecting them to get married or anything. Bow Wow turned out to be right about it, and Chavez later said the kiss was a mistake and it didn't go any further than that. What's even more wild about the situation is that Bow Wow also dated Future's ex Sierra back in the day. They didn't have any kids together, but obviously, him and Future have similar tastes in women. Nivea is an R&B artist who blew up in the early 2000s. She earned a Grammy nomination for the track Don't Mess With My Man, and it also got the attention of Lil Wayne. He told his management he wanted to do a song with her, and now it's just a slick move to get in contact with her. Wayne and Nivea started dating. She said he told her to leave the music industry and he would take care of her. Then one day he told her that they should move out of their house and into an apartment. Nivea agreed to the move, but later it came out that Wayne just wanted her out of the house so that he could move a woman named Toya Johnson in. Wayne was treating her like a side piece, so Nivea moved on and married The Dream. They had 3 kids together, but their relationship didn't last. And after they divorced in 2007, Nivea...
Shout out Keisha and congratulations on that baby girl. You was here since I started this podcast and you still here. Look, I finally got my shit looking a little better from the last time. You probably seen it. But yeah. Let's go.
Nivea got back with Lil Wayne. Nivea stayed with him, even though Wayne had a baby with his ex, Sarah Vivan, in 2008. But in 2009, the situation started getting even messier after Wayne got Nivea and Lauren London pregnant at the same time.
Dang.
Nivea found out Lauren was pregnant on the same day her own pregnancy was confirmed. She was already in a tough spot.
Fuck.
And then Nivea's mother died, which made the whole thing even worse. Nivea broke up with Wayne and didn't have many people to support her. But then she ended up getting really tight with Lauren London. Nivea told People magazine it was very crushing, and she and I became very close. I know that sounds weird, but we were 2 people going through something that was along the lines of humiliating. Luckily,
sound like my first 2 baby moms, honestly. But let's just not make this about me. So,
Wayne's baby mamas handled the situation without a lot of drama because it could have ended up a lot worse than it did. Erykah Badu is a legend in the game. Her first album dropped in '97 and went triple platinum. And that same year, she had a son with Andre 3000 from Outkast. They split up a couple years later, and 3 Stacks wrote the legendary track Miss Jackson about her and her mother. Even though the relationship didn't last, they stayed friends, and 3 Stacks says Erykah's basically like a sister to him now. Then in 2004, Erykah had a daughter with another rapper named the DOC. Most newer rap fans probably aren't familiar with his music, but the DOC was a huge influence on rap back in the 90s and worked with legends like NWA and helped write some of Dre's lyrics for The Chronic. Erykah also dated Common for a couple years in the early 2000s, but they didn't have any kids together. Then in 2009, she had another daughter with Jay Electronica. Having 3 kids with 3 different rappers could be a recipe for disaster, but Erykah...
Time out. Erykah Badu is crazy, y'all. Erykah, 3 different rappers, and then you ended off with Jay Electronica. How did y'all even meet? Beats me.
Says the situation couldn't be any better. Instead of getting into petty fights and making it harder on the kids, all the parents are tight with each other and hang out at Erykah's house. She calls her family the Hip Hop Incredibles, and if they all linked up for a collab project, it would be crazy. Before she tragically passed away from pneumonia back in 2018, Kim Porter had kids with 2 different dudes in the industry.
Crazy.
Back in '91, she was dating a singer and songwriter named Al B. Sure, and the 2 of them had a son named Quincy. Then in '94, Kim and Diddy started dating. Diddy was serious about the relationship, and he even adopted Kim's son, Quincy. They had their own son together 4 years later, but the relationship wasn't working out.
Niggas adopted John B's son.
After a few years apart, they decided to give it another shot. And in 2003, they linked back up and had twin daughters in 2006. Diddy and Kim obviously had a lot of love for each other, but they still couldn't make it work and split up for good in 2007. Even though they couldn't work it out, they were still really close friends up until Kim's death. Back in June, Diddy went on Young Miami's podcast, Carisha Please, and talked about the situation. He told her that for the first 3 months after Kim died, he would just walk around crying. At first, he couldn't even think about her without breaking down, but over time, he learned how to live with the pain. Diddy and Miami also confirmed that they had been dating, even though she's almost half his age. But in September, she told XXL that they're both still single. Apparently, they're just trying to keep it casual. But in October, Diddy had an interview with Teyana Taylor, said that he's ready to get swept off his feet. Young Miami probably isn't going to be the one to wipe him up, but at least Diddy is learning how to move on after Kim's tragic death. Russell Simmons isn't a rapper, but he's still a legend in the rap game. He co-founded Def Jam Records with Rick Rubin in '94, and 4 years later, he married a model and businesswoman named Kimora Lee Simmons. They had 2 daughters together, but in 2006, they split up and officially divorced in 2008. Even though she was still technically married to Simmons, Kimora started dating Jimin Hansu in 2007. Hansu is an actor known for roles in movies.
Yep. Simmons wasn't laying that rope down right. Like, come on.
Movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and the 7th Fast and Furious movie. And in 2009, he had a son with Kimora named Kenzo. 3 years later, they announced the relationship was over, and it allegedly all started because Russell Simmons stopped paying for their lifestyle. Reports came out that they were already on the rocks, and at a holiday party at Simmons' place, Kimora hung out with him while Hansu watched all the kids. The split got even worse after Hansu said he was going to take Kenzo with him to live in Africa.
Time out. She made this nigga babysit while she went with her other baby father.
In 2019, the paparazzi caught up with Hansu on Father's Day, and he revealed he couldn't even remember the last time he was able to see his son. After the video of Hansu talking about the situation came out, reports said Kimora and him were working on an official custody agreement. Luckily, it seems like the situation's gotten better. Last year, Hansu wished Kimora Happy Mother's Day on IG, but apparently, Kimora still takes care of the kids most of the time. Back in October, she told People magazine she doesn't really co-parent with her exes, and that she does almost everything herself. She said, "I do it all. It's not co-parenting. It's a trio. Me, myself, and I."
Me, myself, and I is crazy.
Becoming a famous rapper.
Let's go to the next thing I wanted to show you.
Making it in the rap game.
Mommy, let's go to the next thing.
Becoming a famous rapper means you can afford a lifestyle that most people only dream about. But if you're not careful,
This is rappers with the most baby moms now, y'all.
Today, we're breaking down the rappers with the most baby mamas. Lil Durk is one of the biggest rappers in the game, but he almost has as many kids as he does albums. He had his first baby with Nicole Cavone back in 2011, and as of now, he has 6 kids with 5 different baby mamas. According to one woman, Durk actually has 6 baby mamas. Last year, a woman named Trayvana aired out Durk for allegedly having a son with her and abandoning him. It's not clear if Durk actually has a son with Trayvana, but now he's allegedly having issues with India too. Back in September, she tweeted, "I'm a free agent," and rumors started flying that she broke up with Durk. Then Durk posted a selfie on his IG story and captioned it with, "That cat emoji mine's forever. Welcome to death row." But less than an hour later, India allegedly clapped back when she posted a cap emoji on her story. Durk and India got engaged last year in the middle of his show, but now it looks like he's gonna have to go find a new baby mama again. Most of the time when rappers go on Off the Porch with Dirty Glove Bastard, they'll come through by themselves or with a couple of homies. But Jay Fizzle made headlines when he showed up and did the show surrounded by over 30 women. Jay is Young Dolph's cousin. He came up in the streets too. When he was asked what the toughest part of getting into the rap game was, Jay said, "Learning street shit. You feel me? I got a lot of kids. I got like 14 plus up, and I'm so tied into the streets, this shit hard." Rumors say that he actually has 22 kids, and they're all with different baby mamas.
My son got 22 kids and 18 baby mamas. And he takes care of all of them. He's not even like really a signed artist. He's in the streets. He gotta be getting chicken.
But Jay says he doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. He said, "You want me to be real? Nah, I ain't done. It's really about long as you take care of them. It's all good, so that don't even matter. I got the mothers and the babies. All of them got different mamas. I'm on some boss shit." Jay caught a lot of shade online for having so many kids with different women, but he clapped back on his IG story and wrote, "Some of you maggot ass funny as how y'all gonna have something to say about me and my 14 plus and your baby daddy got one child and ain't doing half the shit I do? Make it."
Talk to him. Talk to him. Mind y'all business. He handling what he gotta handle. Ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Hello?
It makes sense, clown. None of the tracks off Jay's newest project have even hit 1 million plays on Spotify though, so he might want to slow down on having kids until his career catches up. Lil Wayne has dated a lot of women over the course of his legendary career, and all 4 of his kids come from different baby mamas. He had his daughter Reginae with his high school girlfriend Toya Johnson when Wayne was just 16. They tried to make it work and got married in 2004, but 2 years later, they called it quits and got divorced. He had his second child with a woman named Sarah Vivan in 2008, and 1 year later, he had a baby with an actress named Lauren London. Then, just a couple months later, he had his 4th child with Nivea. Wayne hasn't had too much drama when it comes to his baby mamas, and 2 of them even got close while they were both pregnant with his kids. Nivea and Lauren had their kids a couple months apart, and Nivea said she and I became very close, ironically, after Wayne and I decided to call it quits. I know that sounds weird, but we were 2 people going through something that was along the lines of humiliating. It felt like, who else could you share this oddly unique situation with?
Sounds very
Wayne
familiar.
is pretty private when it comes to his kids, but it looks like he still has a good relationship with all his baby mamas. He's even still friends with Toya Johnson, even though they divorced over 15 years ago. When it comes to having a bunch of kids with different women, Wayne has definitely handled the situation better than most rappers. Dr. Dre is a legend in the rap game, and apparently, he really wants to pass his legacy on. He had his first kid at 16, and over the years, the number has gone all the way up to 9 children with 6 different baby mamas. Dre's first son, Curtis, was born in 1981.
You know what's crazy with the Dr. Dre thing is? You don't really hear about Dr. Dre's kids. Like, we seen his first son, we know about his first son. But I didn't know this nigga had 9 kids, did y'all? I mean, he got the money, of course, to pay for them 9 kids, but I haven't known that. Any other rapper, you hear about the kids they have. You hear they have, I guess, what the world doesn't support as having a lot of kids, but he has a lot of kids, and we don't be really hearing about that. Shit, kudos to him.
But he didn't even meet his dad until he was 20 years old. Even though Dre didn't stick around to be his dad, Curtis and him made up and formed a relationship later on. His relationship with his second kid is more complicated. Dre had his daughter LaTanya with Lisa Johnson in 1983, and in 2020, LaTanya said she had been estranged from her dad for 17 years. According to her, Dre never even met her kids or helped them out with money. Apparently, she was blocked from contacting her own dad while she lived out of her car. Dre has a good relationship with some of his kids though, and in 2008, he tragically lost his 20-year-old son, Andre Young Jr. Dre and Andre were really close, but unfortunately, Andre suffered from drug abuse and died from an overdose of heroin and morphine. Hopefully, Dre and the rest of his kids can fix their relationships, because what's the point of having a big family if your own kids won't even talk to you? Nick Cannon has had a wild career. He blew up in the early 2000s as a rapper and actor, but now he's making headlines for having kids at a crazy pace. He was married to Mariah Carey for 5 years, and they had 2 kids together. But in 2020, it seems like his goal shifted to just having as many kids as possible. Cannon has had 10 kids with 6 different baby mamas, and he's expecting at least 2 more before 2022 is over. He started getting dragged online for having so many kids, but Cannon hopped on social media and wrote, "As we all know, I am not easily triggered and have quite tough skin and have always been an open book, but not everyone in my family has that same level of strength. So I pray and ask others to please project all criticism and cynicism towards me and not the loving and precious mothers of my children. If you are truly concerned during this time of spiritual warfare, my inner struggles with self, mental wellness, and physical health concerns, just continue to pray for me and my entire family that God will grant us peace that surpasses all understanding. His baby mama, Bree Tiesi, was getting attacked on social media too. And she told Entertainment Tonight, when it first started happening, I was just like, I don't understand why everyone is so concerned. Like, why are you upset about what happens in my household? Nick talks about getting a vasectomy at some point. Obviously, he's been pushing it off. And apparently, he really loves being a dad. He told People Magazine, I'm so excited about all my kids. Constantly, from every aspect of it, every day, I just wake up excited as a father. He's been trolled a lot over the past couple of years for having so many kids. But at least Cannon seems to be taking care of all of them instead of just abandoning them to their moms. Old Dirty Bastard is a legend in the rap game. He was one of the original members of the Wu-Tang Clan, and nobody in the industry sounded like him. And even though he tragically died young back in 2004, he left behind a massive legacy. But while he was making a huge impact on the rap game, ODB was allegedly having kids with all kinds of women. Nobody knows exactly how many children he actually had, but rumors say it might have been more than 14. When he died, ODB's wife, Iceline Jones, tried to say he never had kids with other women. She told the New York Post, for the record, he only has 3 children. Nothing else was ever proven. There were never any blood tests or his signing any birth certificates. He has 3 children that we know that are his by his wife only, by me. According to most reports, ODB actually had 7 kids, but unfortunately, he didn't leave a will behind when he died, and Iceline Jones has tried to keep his other children from getting anything from his estate. What makes it even worse is that ODB allegedly wanted to divorce Iceline before he died. His manager told the Post, Dirty will be beyond upset by what is going on. If he could see this, he would say to me that I should have gotten him his divorce. He got out of jail and asked for 3 things. He wanted a record contract, a clothing line, and a divorce. I got him 2 out of the 3 before he died. Hopefully, ODB's other kids eventually get their fair share of the inheritance. Everyone who knew him said he loved his kids, and he would hate to know that any of them are struggling because Iceline wants to keep it all. Shawty Low was a major figure in Southern hip-hop back in the 2000s. He tragically died in a car crash back in 2016, but he left behind 11 children, 10 different baby mamas to carry on his legacy. At one point, Shawty was supposed to actually have his own reality show about all the kids. Before the show was canceled, he told MTV why he had so many children. He said, I came to be one of the largest drug dealers to come from Atlanta, Bankhead area, and I started having kids. When the money came, a lot of women came. Once you feel like a girl was your girlfriend or whatever, the rubber probably came off. They wouldn't have an abortion. They used to take the money and run with it. They'd have a baby by the most popular guy in the street. And that's how I had all them kids. A lot of people drag Shawty for having so many kids. But he said, you can hate all you want to. I didn't ask for it. It just happened. Now that it happened, I'm supposed to turn my back against it? If I wasn't taking care of my kids, then you would really dog me out. But I'm taking care of my kids, providing for my family. I don't know what else to say. According to all of his kids, Shawty was a great dad and stayed in touch with all of them, which makes his death even more tragic. His daughter Brittany said, he always taught us to never quit on our dreams and to always make sure we got to school, finish high school, go to college, and make sure you focus on anything you want to achieve in life. Shawty Low was taken too soon, but at least his children loved him and will carry on his legacy now that he's gone.
My boy Shawty Low. Alright, y'all, man. That's what we had today, man. The rappers who share the same baby mom and the rappers who got the most baby moms. So if you didn't know, now you know, and you learned it from Trendy Topic. We here. Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2023. Get your shit up. Stop the hate. Spread love, you know? And we out of here. Bow.
Bow, bow. I'm feeling real blood right now. Feet up to my feet up. S-double-M. Or you could get beat up. Right. Boom, boom. Hold on. We getting cake. Hold on, wait. Let me run to the bank. All of my niggas is sliding. We it, you hiding. All of my niggas official. We shoot out the window. I shoot while I'm driving. Hold on, wait. We getting cake. Hold on, wait. Let me run to the bank. All of my niggas is sliding. We it, you hiding. All of my niggas official. We shoot out the window. I shoot while I'm driving. Hold on, wait. Most you rappers be fake. Hold on, wait. Shout out my apes. Shout out my blazers. Fuck the niggas who's fake. Shout out my haters that won't hate in my face. A lot of you rappers be broke, and a lot of you raps be capping. Whenever we see you, we laughing. Coat with the zipper, I'm bloody Mike Jackson. Gun shoot, but it's plastic. Shit's real, joystick. Niggas ain't ballin' for real, they acting a fool. Niggas be shacking. Downtown, I'm the boss. My little homie, he the captain. So what you saying? We be pistol playing, shooting shit up just for practice. Say something and something else. Fuck is that? Ad-lib? I'll be with the bros laughing. I don't take L's, I take action. Hold on, wait. We getting cake. Hold on, wait. Let me run to the bank. All of my niggas is sliding. We it, you hiding. All of my niggas official. We shoot out the window. I shoot while I'm driving. Hold on, wait. We getting cake. Hold on, wait. Let me run to the bank. All of my niggas is sliding. We it, you hiding. All of my niggas official. We shoot out the window. I shoot while I'm driving. Run it up. Niggas get jumped like it's double dutch. Gotta get paid, so I'm coming up. In the club throwing these hundreds up. Niggas talking cause they're lame. My brothers keep it, we share pain. Niggas get high like airplanes. Fuck nigga, it's fair game. If you don't know, the new niggas should hide. You niggas should die, put that on the 5. Niggas is live, niggas is shy. This shit is lit, cause this shit is fire. Moving to work like a boss. Soon I'll be pushing the Porsche. I swear that these niggas is lost. Nigga, I gave you the sauce. Bro. Downtown, I'm the boss. My little homie, he the captain. So what you saying? We be pistol playing, shooting shit up just for practice. Say something and something else. Fuck is that? Ad-lib? I'll be with the bros laughing. I don't take L's, I take action. Hold on, wait. We getting cake. Hold on, wait. Let me run to the bank. All of my niggas is sliding. We it, you hiding. All of my niggas official. We shoot out the window. I shoot while I'm driving. Hold on, wait. We getting cake.
Hold on, wait. Let me run to the bank. All of my niggas are sliding. We it, you hiding. All of my niggas official. We shoot out the window.